Hi everyone, this is Jessica from Whispers of Grace. I'm here today to introduce you to my friend Christiane, who will be doing this with me. You want to say hi?
Hi everyone.
So we're just here so we can introduce ourselves and also let y'all know where we stand, what we'll be offering, and just kind of having a conversation about our experiences and what we have to offer to you, so you have a better understanding of what our passion is and what our goal is with Whispers of Grace. So first we want to talk about tarot. Christiane, what was your first deck?
My first deck was the Native American deck. I've always been drawn to Native American culture and was very drawn to that deck. And it just went from there. I started collecting, and every time I was drawn to a particular deck, I bought it and added it to my collection.
And how many do you have now?
About 7.
And what's your favorite?
The Past Life Oracle by Doreen Virtue.
And why is that one your favorite?
Because it gives us insight in this life of why we may feel certain ways or do certain things in this life, and helps us to heal from our past lives, that karmic lessons that we're trying to heal in this current life.
And there's a lot of karmic
Yes.
lessons for everybody. So Past Life Tarot will help dive into your past to help you understand those karmic lessons, and that is something that we will be offering as well. And Christiane's actually very, very talented, and we have both been kind of pushed recently into exploring the past lives, and it's very interesting what comes out in these cards and really relates to things that are happening in this waking life. So we want to also tell y'all that as part of the business, we will be offering certain sessions to fit everyone's needs, and those will be anywhere from just general guidance, past life, relationship, love readings, general and career. So really we can fine tune those to whatever you're personally seeking, because everyone's reading will be different. So just bear in mind that we are brand new to this. These are our very first videos. So one thing that we do want to talk about is where it really started with our empath abilities. Do you want to kind of touch on that, how your story first started?
Yes. Like Jessica said in her first video, we've had many experiences as children that we didn't know what to do with, whether it be hearing things, seeing things, or just having gut feelings. We got really curious about it. And it was strange because it happened around the same time.
It really did.
We actually started with the healing, and like Jessica said, she started with the tarot deck. We found a little shop near us that a metaphysical store that we found some interesting things. They told us about intention, letters, and candles, and it's basically where we first started, just asking for answers and receiving them. Usually we receive them through symbols. I receive a lot of my messages through dreams, a lot of animal totems, just animals that you could look up their meaning and piece it together to get the message. Once those letters basically answered everything for us, we knew it was real, and we just went from there.
And it is funny how it happens, the putting that intention out there and receiving it. I'm positive that that day that we went, we were seeking And I mentioned that in my first video, is seeking help, getting self-help books and asking for help. And that is exactly what we received. And I actually think mine happened within a 24-hour period. My mind was blown. I could see a difference immediately. And it's trusting the signs and the synchronicities that your angels put you in on a daily basis. We always have a free will to make that choice, but they lay it out for us, and it is our duty to follow their guidance. And that is another thing that we also want to talk about, is receiving the messages. They are so small, just like that dragonfly that landed on my knee. Let me tell you, you have to be present in the moment. Do not dismiss what signs they are giving you, because they are so real. And once you realize that, you will see more, and it's almost too much to deny. I literally see hundreds of dragonflies flying right near where we're recording. So be present in the moment. It is so important. The little guy's right here. So as you can see, we get our signs all the time, and they are with us all the time. They can also come in really different ways. And what are some of the signs that you've received?
It was the synchronistic numbers is what I see. 122 a lot. I have for a long time. I started researching the meaning, and I see them all the time, and it always resonates with what I'm going through, and just letting me know I'm on the right path. Certain songs, obviously dragonflies, butterflies, animals even.
And it's actually funny, because I remember Christiane was seeing these numbers everywhere. And I remember her asking one day, I actually called you and said, where are you seeing all these numbers? And she said, they're everywhere. So as soon as I was aware that seed was planted, which I am finding is happening for a lot of people, just planting that seed opens the mind to the possibility of this being real. The very next day, I received 1016. So of course I call Christiane. I text her all the time when I'm getting signs, especially numbers, and she was actually getting lunch. And your total was what?
1016.
1016. What are the odds, people? So don't ignore them. Sometimes the messages, especially if you have the mediumship ability, it can be as soft as a whisper. Just a feeling that you're not alone. A loved one's memory popping up in your head at any given moment when you weren't even thinking about them. Smelling cologne and cigar smoke. I actually had that happen to me yesterday. I was at a friend's house, and I was walking around just trying to get a feel for things, and all of a sudden I smell pipe smoke. It was his grandfather, and his grandfather, his grandmother, and his best friend came in, and they all had a message for him. So don't ignore the little things. I actually had a reading from Stephanie, who is a YouTuber as well, and she said, I know Taurus can be a very logical sign. You have to have physical proof. You don't need A, B, and C for it to make sense. If you have A and C, you don't need B. And I know sometimes it's hard to let go of that, to have faith in what is happening around you. But let me tell y'all, when you start believing and you accept that your loved ones are around you, your life will change. So we just wanted to touch on that a little bit. And also, listening to your intuition. I think a lot of people deny the push from our soul to know when things are not good or good for us. And actually, we went to a class together with Carol Cottrell, and amazing class. And her take on it is ego versus soul. Ego is that negative self-thought, that nasty voice in the back of your head. You will not make it. You are not good enough. You can't achieve. You can. And your ego cannot hold you back if you do not give it power. Let me tell you that right now. You do not need human validation to push forward in your life. If it feels good, you go for it. Don't let people who are stuck in a negative that negative talk, that negative environment, if it makes you feel good, you need to go for it. And that's why we're here, because we want to feel fulfilled and we want to help people while doing it.
Spread the light.
Spread the light. So yes, I just can't say enough about listening to your intuition. If your gut is telling you that something is off, it most likely is. Sometimes the ego can interfere with the messages that we receive because they want us to live in fear. Our ego does not want us to move forward. It wants us to stay where we're at. If you listen to your soul, it will push you to be a better person, to treat other human beings and animals with love and respect. It will teach you what you need out of life in order to live a fulfilling life. And we ignore that because we're scared of what if. But that what if is what holds us back. So, and that's where we come into surrendering. The moment that you decide to surrender and just go with the flow, things become much easier because they have a plan for us. They know where we should be and what we need to do to get there, but we always have free will. They will never make us do something that we do not want to. But if we don't take their guidance, that's our choice. But that's why things go wrong. Because we don't listen to our soul. We don't listen to our intuition. We don't listen to the messages they're giving us in order to be where we need to be. And once you release that ego, your soul takes over and it will do everything to get you to your highest good. I know there's been some experiences for you where they've pushed you really hard to let go.
Yes.
Can you explain some of what was your most vivid experience
Of letting go. It's actually recently. Some family was down from vacation. They came here to see the eclipse, and we were all talking. Of course, a lot of family turmoil. It brought up a lot of resentment we had with our childhood and everything. And yesterday, I actually started thinking about my grandfather, who passed away when I was pregnant with my first child, 2005, and I felt like he was telling me it's time to let go of the resentment. That's no way to live. We didn't have everything. It wasn't perfect. Not many people's families are perfect, but we all had love, and that's all that mattered. And I took that to heart, and I just felt like he was telling me to let go. It's something, it goes along with ego. Something that just needs to be released. And I took the message, and I'm going to release it.
And that is why we are here today. We are growing right there with y'all. And I really think that this was a good first video with us together. And we will be talking to you very, very soon. So keep an eye out for us on Whispers of Grace, and we will see you soon. Bye.